DA, what's on, baby?
Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So with your senior, you already been shared some of the issues the customer has been dealing with. I will be playing the customer. If you need access to devices, I will be giving access to your devices upon request. Please share with the customer whatever you're doing on their devices. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the scenario. Hey, hey, Mr. Claude or Mr. Brian, are you guys available? I think Mr. Claude is on vacation.
Hey, yes, sir. So Mr. Claude is on vacation. So I am Brian. I'll be filling in for him while he's out. How's it going?
Okay, where is he? Where did he go on
He
vacation?
has some personal time that he wanted to take off, but you know, he kind of filled me in. I'm definitely gonna make sure I fill in for him. I got some big shoes to fill, but you know, I got him.
Okay, excellent. Were you on that email that I sent you as far as the errors and the issues that we're encountering?
Yes, sir. So I did go ahead and make sure that I did go over those as well as going ahead and briefing my team so we can go ahead and make sure we get those issues taken care of for you and kind of get those answers resolved for you as well.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So yeah, so we have our server, which of course we call PC1, and it's, you know, it's connected to another server. This is a backup, but it is unable to reach each other. So none of the information as far as our GPO information or anything within Active Directory is being synced within another. So I know you guys did a few things. I just want you guys to check a few things. Some of the things I Googled, but I know you guys are the experts. Can you guys just answer those questions for me? That will help a lot.
Okay, perfect. What we'll do is we'll do a little bit of digging to see exactly why these issues are arising right now. And then what we'll do is make sure we get back to you and kind of give you a step-by-step answer of each one. That way we can make sure we're all on the same page.
Okay, excellent. So what do you need from me?
So perfect. What we're gonna do is we're gonna look at PC1 and PC2, which is to see why each server can't reach each other. So we're gonna first go ahead and start by looking at those two. I do see that we have those up right now. So what we'll do is run a couple commands and figure out exactly what's going on with those two.
Okay. All right, so and who am I giving access to? I see a lot of people on this call. I believe it's your team.
Yes, sir. So we're going to give access to Hakeem.
Oh, okay, excellent. I don't think I met Hakeem, so let me go ahead and
so.
do so.
This is Hakeem. Hakeem, this is the customer. He's going to go ahead and we're going to get you both talking on the call real quick, so we can kind of see exactly why PC1 isn't pinging or able to get in contact with PC2. So.
Okay, excellent. Hey, Mr. Hakeem, can you see my screen? Do you have access?
Hey, Hakeem.
Hey, Mr. Brian, it looks like somebody has control over my screen, but I don't hear anybody talking, whatever they're typing.
Let me see. So give me 1 second. Check this out really quick. All right, so who has who's typing right now on the screen? Which
Hey, Brian, have you figured out which, I think it was Mr. Hakeem. I don't hear him talking when he's putting the commands in.
Hey, Hakeem, can you come off mute for me real quick? All right, well, give me 1 second, okay?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you. You're on.
Hello? Can you hear me
All
now?
good.
Yes,
Yeah,
All good.
yes,
yeah.
we can hear
Yeah,
you.
sorry about that. I don't know, my connection was staggering. So my name is Hakeem. I'm going to be here helping you today diagnose your issues with our team. And you are having issues connecting to the server, correct?
Yes. So two of my servers can't communicate with each other, so that they're unable to synchronize their information.
Okay, they're unable to synchronize their information. I just want to go ahead and check the IP addresses on the machines to make sure they are correct. Can I do that?
Okay. Sure. And again, I'm not a tech guy, so you may have to ask Mr. Brian if you need any commands for these PCs.
So
They are Linux PCs, by the way.
So what you want to do, Hakeem, let's try looking at the PCs and look to see if the information by running the show IP command.
Bro, 1 second. It's not letting me show IP. Okay. We noticed that it is in the 10.10.10.10.10.30.50 network. And I just want to go ahead, I guess, and do the same thing on PC2 to see if they are in the same network.
Yes.
Is that okay?
All right. So what I'm gonna do is, James, you come off mute for me real quick.
Yes, I'm off mute.
Okay. So what we're doing, one of the things, are you able to do screenshots on your end really quick?
Yeah, I got it. I just took a screenshot of the PC1 output for the show IP. I got
Perfect.
it from
What I'm gonna do is,
yeah.
from time to time, as we go through the lab, just for note-taking purposes and make sure for tracking, would you be able to do those screenshots on each one of those?
On each one.
Yeah, for the PC
Yeah.
one,
Let me do this.
for those two.
Okay, did we do PC2? Is that PC2 showing over there? What's
Yep,
that?
PC2 and PC1 are side by side. So on the right side where it says,
Okay.
yep, one is showing
Yeah.
10.10.30.200, which
Gotcha. Okay.
there's
10,
the issue.
10, 30. Okay.
Already, I see an issue with the gateway.
Yep, that 200, yeah. Yep. All
Okay.
right, perfect. So cool.
I got it.
Thanks so much, James.
Sure thing. Good thing.
All right, Hakeem, you got the floor again.
Okay, thank you. So it appears to be that both the PC1 and PC2 are in the same network. It appears that they do not have a default gateway, which is definitely a problem. Am I
It was
able
working
to?
before.
Correct. So we're going. Okay. So we are going to check the router. Can we have access to the router?
We don't have routers at the moment. We just have switches.
Just switches? Oh, layer 2.
Yep.
Okay. Can I have access to the switch, please?
Sure. Which switch?
The switch that is directly connected to PC1 and PC2.
So what we're gonna look at, you said the one that's connected to which one?
To PC1 and PC2.
So yes. So the two that are directly connected to each one of those switches. Sorry, each one of those servers. So server 1, server 2, the two connections that are connected directly to those. They're the ones we need access to, Mr. Customer.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Give me one moment. Okay, there you go.
Perfect, thank you. What I would like to do now is check the IP address. I'm sorry, is check the interfaces. Actually, I would be interested in knowing the status of the interfaces. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. And what's the purpose of looking at the interfaces?
I would just like to make sure that the interfaces are up, number one, up and up, to ensure that there's traffic being sent to and from the switch and the servers.
Okay. All right,
All
go
right.
ahead.
Okay. I cannot type. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to okay, we're going
Are you going to make changes?
global
Did
configuration.
you?
Yes, I'm sorry. So what I just did, I just went into configuration mode. So I am able to actually I didn't have to go into configuration mode, but I'm in configuration mode, so I can go ahead and look at the ports.
Okay. We're gonna hop out of the scenario real quick. Guys, quick reminder, just in case people who are new here, and of course, when you guys become engineers and you guys are, troubleshooting anybody's environment, don't you dare hop into configuration mode for any device, Palo Alto firewall, FortiGate firewall, anything, without looking at the running configuration. All the information you need will be right there.
Okay.
In exec mode, okay?
Got you. Yeah, that's why I said I didn't need
cool.
to. I'm just so used to going into config so fast. I didn't even need to be in that mode to see.
It's all good. It's all good. Just hop out of the book. I know we just passed the CCNA, but you hop out of the book now. Now you're bringing everything together. So go ahead.
Okay. So now I'm gonna take a look at the configuration, the running configuration. Wow, do. See, you see the do?
Yeah, you gotta take the do out. You jumped
I
out.
know, I'm so used to running in config, but this is good. So okay. So we're just gonna take a look at the running config to see if I notice anything that is slightly off. Okay, so interface. Oh, wait a minute. I need to know where these PCs are connected. So I would like to run a CDP neighbors command, which will show me what the switch is connected to, what devices that the switch is connected to. Is that okay?
Sure.
So just a heads up, Hakeem, looking at the PC, based on the IP address of the PC, look at that IP for VLAN 30. So you see where 10.10.30.50?
Yes.
Check that and then go back to your show run at the very top and then look at those connections there.
So you want me to look at
on
IP
switch
address on switch file, look at the IP addresses for the
So look at the IP address on PC1. You see where it says IP and mask, and then also go back up into your show run.
Okay. It should be there. You're right. Let me run that command again and complete it. Complete it, show run.
Hey James, and real quick, one of the things, I'm gonna have you up whenever. Well, I'll come back to you really quick. Once James, once Hakeem finishes this up, we'll check something else out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see And the show
So
command.
So I'm
Oh,
sorry. Weren't we supposed to be checking checking just the interface that PC1 is connected to? Did you ever find that out?
yes. I'm going to run the CDP neighbor command now.
I mean, I think you should
And
actually do show
what
IP interface brief so you can see exactly what interface is up, like the IP address of each VLAN to see if the VLAN is up or not. I think you should do that before you actually trying to look for all these switches. So basically, if you don't know the IP address of it, it's not gonna help you out.
Yeah, you're right about that because it's a PC.
incorrect. So we're
No,
gonna
I
hop
mean,
out of the scenario game. Hold on. We're gonna hop out of the scenario game. Guys, customer gave you a hint. Brian told you. There's a layer 2 topology. The hell are we looking at IP addresses for? Unless it's just, the two servers, PC1 and PC2.
So we need to make sure that the ports are on the
Always
same
side
line
model.
of access.
Always side model, guys. Always side model.
So MAC addresses.
So the main thing is you want to see
It's the interfaces. I would think it would probably have to do with the interfaces. If it's a layer 2,
so
I mean,
so when you get into
Okay.
the switch,
Hold on, Brian.
so we need to see.
Hold on, Brian.
Okay.
Brian, hold on. Okay. Hakeem, so you're going to check the interfaces. So what are you going to check since you don't have access to the topology and you just have access to the switch? What are you going to check on the switch to make
I want
sure
to check
that the interface is up and running?
I want to check. I would like to do a show interface brief command.
Okay, run it. But what is it going to give you?
To show if the ports are in the up and up state.
Okay, perfect. But what port is PC1 connected to?
What port is PC1 connected to? It is here's the distro switches. I
So
don't.
let's slow it down here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna walk you through. I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay. So
Okay.
if we're talking about the OSI model, look at what we have on the screen. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. We have the MAC address of PC1. What can we check on the switch?
Oh, the
see.
table, the Mac table.
Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
So, oh, this is show Mac address. Oh, what is that command? Show MAC address. Hey, I'm sorry.
Try tabbing it out. Try tabbing it out.
Okay.
No, go all the way to Mac and then ADD.
So go ahead and hit space, and then there you go. And then space, and then try it now. There you go. This is a older code switch. So
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 1 second, my dog is barking.
it's okay. It's all right. All good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so MAC address table. I thought that's what it was. So PC1 is connected. These MAC addresses do not match. So the PC1 and PC2 is not in the MAC table.
Okay. Is there any way you can, as a last resort, go ahead and see if there's any way to, to have the switch learn about PC1 to see if that's who it's connected to?
Let me get a screenshot really quick while you guys are on the screen.
So it looks like what's this? Switch 5 didn't learn the MAC address of PC. I'm sorry, my fault.
Thank you.
Is it back to me?
Yep,
Oh,
you're in the
okay.
hot seat.
So we need to populate the MAC address table. So maybe we need to flush that and have or maybe we should generate traffic from
Okay.
generate traffic so the MAC addresses can be populated in the table once the art process happens and
You
picks
said the
up
what?
a
You said
MAC.
the what process?
The art process? Nope.
Okay. Can you tell me?
Oh man, making me nervous. Okay.
You got it, man. You got it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a look because I'm not familiar.
It's all good. And Hakeem, you are on the right path as far as the art process. So keep going as far as breaking down the explanation to the customer of what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay. I'm a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
It's okay. It's all good, brother. Hey, nervous here rather than the real world. So it's all good.
Absolutely. So for us to generate traffic, now are we gonna flush the wow. I'm kind of stuck for a second. We're gonna
It's all good. It's all
flush.
good. It's all good.
We're gonna flush the MAC address table and repopulate it.
Okay. Okay. So let me and you think about this. Okay, logically, right? So both of us being people who have their CCNAs, right? Let's think about this, right? And who've been doing it for a while. So, right, what we're ultimately trying to do, we're trying to go ahead and make sure that is this switch connected to PC1, and which was right on your side. You said you want to go ahead and generate traffic or do something, right, to see. Okay, right. So, and you're on the right path, right? So behind the scenes, right? If we go ahead and generate pings, essentially, what is, right? And probably not at layer 2, but at layer 3, what is that PC doing to the entire broadcast domain? It's sending out ARPs.
It's sending out, yeah.
Okay,
it's
so you're on the
flooding.
right path there.
It's flooding. It's going to try to find. Since the switch doesn't know the MAC address, it's going to flood it out all of its ports, and hopes that it comes back. Well, it will come back.
Exactamundo. Exactly. Perfect breakdown. That's exactly what it's going to do. So
good stuff.
Let's go ahead. But let's go ahead with your methodology, and you have a great methodology of what you want to do now. First step of troubleshooting. Let's go ahead and go with what you want to do.
Okay. So I'm going to try to ping PC2.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
The MAC table on
You're
the
asking me to
access
tell me.
switch 5. Look at that.
There we go. Awesome
Now
job,
we
buddy.
have the MAC address. Thank you.
Awesome. So guys, real quick tip, right? Remember, the OSI model, I'm not saying it to sound like a fucking mockingbird, okay? You guys know this stuff. Slow it down, okay? If the customer is giving you hints, right, and they're telling you this is layer 2 topology, the only thing at layer 3 we should be looking at is just PC1 and PC2. That's it. Everything else, layer 2. Okay? Hakeem, good shit.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff.
Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So we went ahead and we went ahead and verified this. We verified, where it's located on the switch. It's connected to access switch 5. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ask Dre to go ahead and go into, I'm sorry, my mistake. I'm going to go ahead and ask
Okay.
Zamir to go ahead and go into access switch 16 and troubleshoot the next part, okay? And Brian, I'll let you give the marching orders there, okay?
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go back to being the customer. I'm going to go back to being the customer.
This was serious?
Say that again.
I'm ready. I'm just making sure this was serious.
Yeah. You good, man. All right, cool. We back.
Awesome, great. So, hey, Mr. Brian, so it looks like Hakeem did a great job. So it looks like PC1 is connected to switch 5, but have you verified what PC2 is connected to?
So no, what we're actually gonna do is go ahead and confirm that as well. So we're gonna go ahead and have Zamir, he's gonna go ahead and walk through those on here for us as well.
Okay. Does he need access to my screen?
Yes, so he does need access, so we can go ahead and run those, so we can run those commands on there and kind of do some troubleshooting. So we can go ahead and give access to Zamir on here.
Okay, can I step out of the, I need to say this real quick. I don't know a lot of Linux commands, like mostly Windows, but I'm ready.
It's all good. Your senior is Brian, so you can reach out to him if you get stuck.
I got you.
Okay.
We'll walk through it.
So Brian, I'm going to give you control. And Zamir, you tell Brian what commands and what you want to check. Brian, you are not to give hints. Okay.
Gotcha.
Only if he asks you. But Zamir, let's go ahead and walk through this. Remember, the OSI model. Okay. So let's go ahead and roll it.
All right, so Zamir, tell me where you want me to go.
Okay, so we're trying to see, so I just want to make sure I got it right. We're trying to pretty much see what PC2 is connected to, right? As far as the switch or what? Because I mean, there's no router on it. I see it zeroed out.
So from here, what we're doing for PC2 is just confirming the same thing that we did on the previous one. Just kind of checking, well, let me step back, hold on. So what we're doing, the same thing that we did for switch 5 and then PC1, we're gonna do the same things for PC2. So the direct connects are the ones right above each other. So PC1 is directly connected to switch 5 and PC2 is directly connected to switch 16.
All right. No, I see him. I'm still confused about the question.
All right, hold on.
What does the customer need to do again? I'm sorry.
So, Mr. Customer, would you mind repeating that question for us again?
Sure. So I need you guys to verify if that PC is connected to switch 16, because I don't know where what is connected to what. I'm not an IT guy.
Okay.
So Zamir, what would you want me to do to confirm whether, to confirm what switch PC2 is connected to?
PC2 is connected to. I mean, I don't. So I'm thinking of it two different ways. Like so when you say it's switch 16 is connected to I don't know. Hold on, I'm getting a brain freeze. So part of me wanted to say like if I was in Windows, I'd probably do like IP config all to see everything connected to PC2.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I was going the other way, I think I was like saying ARC earlier, how it sends out the broadcast of the MAC, when you would send out the broadcast of the MAC address of PC2 and, you know, see, I guess if switch 1 recognize, or if switch 16 recognizes, see if it's connected. Or with another one.
Okay. So let me hop out of scenario real quick and help you out. Okay. So the first thing you said is ipconfig/all, right? So that's a Windows MS-DOS command, right? We're working with switches, okay? And with Linux at that. So no worries. It's and Brian's gonna help you out with that one to find out the IP configuration on the PC2. I believe we have it pulled up already. Hakeem took care of that for us. As far as the ARC, right? Remember, I'm giving you a hint, the OSI model, right? And Hakeem gave you guys your marching orders. We're going bottom up, okay? So layer 3 isn't touched until we touch layer 1 and layer 2, okay? How we're gonna check that is on the switch and on the PC. There's a couple of show commands, okay? What I'm gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and work with Hakeem, who is the engineer that was with you troubleshooting switch 5, to go ahead and help you find the information that you're looking for. Perfectly fine. Zamir, you're doing an excellent job. Hakeem, go ahead and jump in and break down your thought process of what you were trying to look for and trying to solve the question that the customer asked.
Okay, so we want to go ahead and take a look at the MAC address table to see what's populated there.
Okay, why?
So we can see which devices are, rather, the MAC address is connected to the device, which ports they are actually connected to on the switch.
Okay, and what layer are we, does that sit at?
Layer 2.
Excellent. Okay, so before we get to layer 2, is there something else we can check to make sure layer 1 is up and running?
Yeah, we can just physically make sure the cord is plugged in on both sides and correctly to the switch and to the PC, and we have blinking lights for communication.
Okay, so you don't have physical access to the switch. So how are you going to know if it has blinking lights or it's on? Is there a couple of show commands you can run?
Okay, yes. We would like to see if it's in an up and up state.
Okay, and what does the up and up state mean?
That means that the port is connected and also is communicating with the it's communicating. The PC and the switch are communicating with each other properly.
So it's going to be line is up and protocol is up. Check
Right.
and see if
So
those two parts are up.
What does that mean? And you're on the right path. You're on the right path, right? Because Hakeem, right? Samir is your new team member, so you have to help him out and bring him up to speed. Okay. So if I'm your new team member as well, that doesn't tell me anything if I'm looking at the OSI model up and up. Okay. Break down what that actually means. What are we checking here? What does up and up tell me?
Okay, we want to make sure that the Ethernet protocol is up, as well as the physical, the data, the electricity is also running.
Stop guessing. Stop guessing. You know this. Slow it down. Up and up. Okay. What are we looking at there? Status and protocol. Your senior already told you. What are we checking for there? What is that going to tell us in relation to the OSI model?
That's going to tell us that if the cable is connected or not.
Okay. So I'm gonna help you out. So status, right? You ran the command earlier, show IP interface brief, right? What it told us, right? Status, meaning layer 1, that it's up. It's getting electrical current between the interface, okay? Protocol, layer 2, that means layer 2 is up and running and it's learning a MAC address. We're assuming so. But that's what we're looking for, right? If me and Zamir are new, you have to be able to explain that. And if you're on an interview, you have to be able to say that as well.
Can you say that again?
Sure. So you ran the command, show IP interface brief, correct?
Right.
Okay. So you said, right, to confirm that the interface is up and running, you were going to make sure that it's up and up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Too vague, right? So what we're actually checking, when it means up and up, right? It's under the table status and protocol whenever we run the show IP interface brief. Okay. And so status, okay, if you of course go back to your text, you'll see status means layer 1 is up and running, right? There's a connection on the other end. All right, it's confirmed it's up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Protocol, meaning layer 2, as explained in the text, means that layer 2 is up and running. It's all good. The switch is getting, getting information from the other end, meaning a MAC address, and it's all good and dandy. As long as it's a host. If it's a switch, it's learning that as well.
And layer 1 is the electricity. Well, basically, essentially the electricity, and layer 2 is the Ethernet protocol, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Oh, so did I word that wrong when I said the electricity? Make sure the electricity is going back between the switch and the PC, and that the Ethernet protocol was up, because I had said that.
Yeah,
I didn't word it correctly.
No, because
Right.
that worded correctly. It was vague, right? You don't want to be vague in this field.
Got you.
You're an engineer,
Got you.
right? And we're saying electrical. Absolutely, no. That's what it does, not what it is. Okay.
It's passing the current.
There's physical, and let's keep it simple. Layer 1, physical. Any physical means, whether it be fiber, whether that be radio frequency with APs, whatever. It's physical.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. We're talking
connection.
to the teammate, not the customer. That's why.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because in the customer, I guess the electricity thing would be okay because they can, conceive that.
In both states, right? In both states, right? You want to keep things simple whenever you explain it, okay? Unless they ask you to dig deep, you don't want to open a door you can't close. Keep it simple. Layer 1, physical, perfect. Layer 2, MAC addresses, and Ethernet, boom. Keep it simple.
Okay, got you. I shouldn't go to the electric because the customers don't care about the current. Got you. Now I get it. Got you.
Because you know what I could have said as the customer? Oh, electric. Oh, I didn't know we're using electric. Oh, I thought we were using something
You
else.
right. You right.
Now you just gave yourself more shit to look at.
Got you.
As an engineer.
Got you. Thank you.
So be very specific and be clear. But good shit. So going back, okay? So let's go ahead and go back to originally what you were educating Zamir on. So go ahead. So what are we checking?
So we're going to check and make sure that the interface is physically okay with the cable connection, and we're going to make sure that
get on 1 second, Hakeem. Zamir said he can't hear anything.
Oh, looks like we lost him.
I'm messaging
No
him
biggie.
now.
Looks like we lost him.
Yeah, he probably gonna come on back in.
Oh, yeah, he's back.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, so Hakeem, so go ahead and walk Zamir of what you've done to go ahead and confirm layer 1 and layer 2 on access switch 5. Okay, and you're going to be telling Brian whatever commands you guys are going to run. I think Hakeem's muted again.
Yeah, I saw some of the stuff.
Oh, I am muted. I'm sorry. I'm muted. So I would like to run the show IP interface brief command.
On which one?
On switch 16, please.
Gotcha.
Hold on. And before we do that, Hakeem, remember to bring your teammate up to speed, Zamir, of what we're doing and what we're trying to accomplish with those commands.
Okay, so we want to make sure that the interfaces, the ports are in up up state, which means that it's physically that the cable is physically okay, and that the PC and the switch can communicate with each other properly.
Okay. It switches up on the interface.
So we want to go ahead and run the show IP interface brief command on switch 16. Zamir, please and thank you.
Yes, okay. Show IP brief.
All right, cool. So here's the output for the show IP interface brief.
Oh, wait a
for
minute.
Switch 16.
I am so sorry, Zamir. We did not check the MAC address table so we can confirm which port is connected to PC2.
Okay, so that way we'll know if it's up or down depending on. Okay, I see it. Like
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So we want to run the show MAC table command
On switch 16.
on switch 16. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Show Mac command.
Okay, so now by looking at PC2, the output on PC2 that we have, we want to just cross-reference that with the switch 16's MAC address table by checking the MAC address of PC2 and seeing where the ports coincide on the switch 16 output.
Okay.
Hey James, were you able to grab that screenshot of the MAC address table here?
Sorry, I'll do that now.
Cool. And let me know if you need me to rerun the show IP interface. Well, we're circling back to that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right,
So
Hakeem, go ahead.
I got that screenshot. I got it.
It seems to me that like switch 5 and PC1, there is no MAC address. Well, the MAC address for PC2 is not populated on switch 16.
All right, cool. So what you want? What's the next step you want? What's the next command you would like me to run?
So Zamir, I would like you to go to PC2 and try to ping PC1 from PC2, please.
Okay, so we'll ping and then the IP address being 10.10.30.50.
Correct.
And can you guys, and it looks like Mr. Hakeem is running things here. Hakeem, can you tell me what doing and Zamir, you're doing an excellent job, buddy. Can you tell me, Mr. Hakeem, what this ping is supposed to do?
Okay, so basically we're generating traffic. Being as though the switch does not have a record of the MAC address for PC2 in this MAC address table, we're going to go ahead and try to generate traffic, which is going to force the switch to flood ARPs out of all ports, and it will receive the MAC address of PC2 in its MAC address table. That's what we hope to see happen.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So Zamir and Hakeem, let's go ahead and do it. You guys want to check the switch that you have access to?
Yes. Zamir, can you go ahead and ping PC1 from PC2, please?
Yes, and it says not reachable.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Which means that they would be on a different network, I'm assuming.
Not necessarily. We don't have layer 3. Actually, if you notice, we don't have a gateway. So layer 3 is not a factor at this moment for this situation. So what you want to do is go back to switch 16 and run the show MAC address table command again to see if we have anything new populated.
Okay, based on it sending out like ping and hope, like you said, sending out the ARP. So we'll see if it came up.
Yeah, based on the switch flooding the ARPs out of the broadcast domain, throughout the broadcast domain. of the switch.
Okay, and then we got.
Okay, so it seems that we
I
have
see it came
populated
up now.
a MAC address. Absolutely. Great
And
job, Jameer.
it's at the Ethernet. Looks like that port 2 or 02 or /2. So I guess we have to do the initial one that we did. Show interface or int IP or some show. I can't remember the whole.
Show IP
The show
interface
IP
brief.
interface brief.
Okay, show IP interface brief. Yeah. And it is up based on that because it's like the third one down. It looks like it is up. The protocol and the status.
That's what it appears to be. Yes.
Okay, great. Wow, this is excellent. You guys are teaching me things. All right.
Hey, look.
Great. Brian, your team is doing exceptionally well. Okay. So
Hey, I'm proud of these guys.
Thanks for confirming that for me on both switches. So now can you and I believe Mr. Claude let me know that there was a gentleman on your team who was a somewhat of an expert in regards to explaining how the path takes with the path that a PC takes between our network. I believe the thing was STP or something. I don't know. I'm not a network guy. So can you bring on Mr. Dre or Mr. James? I believe he was one of the two that we mentioned to go ahead and try to map out how traffic flows through our network.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll get him. Hey, James.
Yeah, so
Hey, would you mind helping us to assist the customer with this next part of the troubleshooting?
sure, I'll do my best to assist.
Perfect. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Mr. James. So,
How you doing,
what do you need
customer?
from me for you to figure out how the path is taken from PC1 to PC2?
Let me see, to find out the path, what I need from you. See, I might need to, do I have control of the switch? Will I be able to type in commands?
I just released control back to David. So David, Mr. Customer, can we go ahead and give James access to the switches and also the PCs?
Yep, just gave him access to my screen, so he should have.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All righty. Let me see. Oh yeah, let me highlight. Oh, it's okay. So let's figure out the path. I think what we did last time was we did a show run on the switch. I guess if we're going to start out with PC2, we can do a show run and see, let's say what VLAN PC2 is on, or server 2. And that might give us an idea of, that might give me a good starting point, at least now, to figure out what I'm going to do next, to be honest. But
okay.
I'd like to do a
Does it tell
show
you
run.
in the MAC address table?
Please.
What VLAN that PC is
Does
on?
it tell me?
Tell you in the MAC address table?
Oh yeah, you know what? Doesn't? I think it does. I'm sorry. Yeah, there it is, right there. Okay. All right. This is okay.
I'll go back to being a customer now.
Yeah. Making sure that
I was impressed, Mr. Customer. I was very impressed.
Hey, look. Hey, James was about to give it to you.
All right. Okay. So there you go. Okay. So that PC is on VLAN 20. There it is. Okay. So
wait, can I say one thing? I think I speak for us all, and when I say the last thing we would want is a customer to point out something to us.
Right. Dude, man, I humbly accept any hints. Okay. Okay, so now that we know the VLAN is on, it's going to figuring out the path. Information will go from PC2 to 1. guess we got to figure out just how it's connected, how it's interconnected, because now we just know, we know the PCs are connected to a switch. You know, we know PC2 is connected to switch 16. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, and we know PC1 is connected to, what's that, PC5, 4? I'm sorry, PC1 is connected to switch. Was that switch 5? Yeah. But we don't know how many switches are in between. And so we have to figure out, did we do CDP neighbor already?
Yeah.
We can do a show CDP neighbor command. Yeah. Who's the next guy? Or we can do a show spanning tree. We can do show spanning tree too. That will get, actually, yeah, if we do the show spanning tree command, that would show us who the MAC address of the bridge, or the root bridge. And so I'd like to put in that command from there.
So let's take a pause real quick. So
Yes.
good stuff. So James,
Yeah.
let's take a break from the CLI. You identified some good stuff. So
Okay.
let's break down the two commands that you want to run and the goal that we're trying to achieve. Okay. You said you want to run show CDP neighbors, and you said you want to run show spanning tree. What is that going to give you precisely?
Okay, well, show spanning tree would show me who switch 16 is considering the root bridges. It would show me. It would show me the MAC address.
Yes.
It would show me that of the root bridge, and what's the other one? Of itself, it would show me the MAC address. Oh, that wouldn't be helpful anyway, but it would show me the type of spanning tree that's being ran, which is also helpful too.
Okay.
And man, it shows some other things, but those are the main things that come to mind right off the bat. Now, I think it also shows it breaks it down by VLAN too, if I remember from last time. And then the show CDP neighbors would show us. Well, it would show the directly connected, I would say, Cisco devices.
Okay.
And it would give us an idea what interface that is. How do I say this now? It would give us two interfaces. It would give us the interface that the nearest Cisco device is connected to it on directly itself, and it would show us the far end interface to which it is connected to that other Cisco device. If that makes sense.
Right.
Awesome. So
Nice.
with that being said, right, because we're engineers, right? So, and this is your first time being back on this switch. You being an engineer, is there something you want to check before you do anything?
Okay.
Since it's your first time back on the switch.
Okay. So you're asking me if there's something I want to do first before I do anything. I think you said earlier, the first thing that comes to mind is you said show run before you enter.
Why?
The fig. Well, probably should have been listening better. Why? Why do you want to do a show run? I mean, the explanation I was given previously is if anything pops out, people were, if
that's one
kind of
that's one
go over
absolutely.
the configuration. If anything comes out right away, you can, I guess, notice it at that point without having to be at a higher level, without having to, kind of tinker with global config and maybe inadvertently, changing something.
Perfect. Okay, let's roll it. I'm following you.
Okay.
Do it. You're the engineer.
All righty. So where does this output come from? I'm looking at right now. We just got two screens.
That's the show IP interface brief.
Okay. All right. So I said I was going to do, what was those two? Okay, we were going to do a show CDP neighbors. And I got an issue. For some reason, the Zoom meeting, the whole bottom bar line, I can't really.
Oh, you won't be able to, because you have control, you won't have access to that bottom panel where the mute button to start and all of that is. So just a heads up.
Okay, okay. No, what I was gonna say is it kind of blocks the input, like, so I can't really I can't really see what I'm typing in.
You can
Let me hit enter
try
a
to put
few
it in
times.
try to put it in full screen mode. Try to put Zoom in
Okay.
full screen mode.
Yeah, I've got, let me see, view options, the center. Yeah, fit to window.
The far right at the top should say view.
far
and then
right,
click
okay.
Full screen. Top right
Okay.
in the corner.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Actually, it's checked on standard. It's got at the very bottom it says exit full screen. So
Yeah,
I guess
try
I'm
doing
already
that
in.
and then going back into full screen because you may be in
Okay.
Zoom view.
Okay, okay. Let's see. I might. So. Man, I think I just made it worse. I'm sorry. Hold on, give me a second.
So at the very top, do you see where it says view options right next to showing that you have control over the screen?
Yes, I see the view options. Yep, I see that.
So click on the view options and then see if it gives you a zoom out.
It actually just went away a second as you were speaking. I'm right now. I'm just seeing names. Like I'm.
Yeah, I think you the share screen option went off.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay, here it is. Okay, so view options and what did you say do next after this?
Try to look at your zoom ratio and see if it's fit the window or if it's on what side.
100% original size.
So change it to fit to window.
Fit to window.
Fit to window.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's
then
on fit to window.
Dave, and then Dave could actually give you back control of the screen.
Okay. Yeah, it's on fit to window. It's still doing this silly thing where I can't see the very, very bottom. All right, I guess I could tell someone the internet commands for me. But it was really just those two, the show CDP neighbor and what did I say the other one was show spanning tree.
Space bar it out to see if it'll because right now it says more.
Okay, yeah, I see more. Okay, great.
Yeah, and then just space bar it all the way out, and then you'll get to the rest of the that window.
I don't think, do I still have control over it?
Oh no, Dave still got control, I think.
Okay.
There you go, James. So you're good to go. Yeah. How about now? Can you see you can access it? Look at
got it. Yes,
good?
I do. Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's very
all good.
Okay.
All good.
All right, so let me oh, you already put in the command. All right, so let me just scroll back. It's out of sync with the scroll. All right, I'm gonna exit this and put it back in. Show.
Now,
let me just do that. We're on VLAN 20.
Is that what you wanted to check first? I thought you were going to run something else prior to.
Well, okay. Let me.
The CDP neighbor.
Oh, you were doing show run. Remember?
Show run. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Then space bar. So my team would look over my shoulder, see if anything stands out to them as well. What did I just see up there? Was that spanning tree? Extend mode PVSO? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. We've got a trunk on Ethernet 00. 0. I get into that one issue. Okay, so interface 0. 0 is a trunk. 2, yeah, 20. Which one access? Yeah. Oh, we got a command missing on this one. On interface 02, we got a command missing.
I was waiting for somebody to get because I seen the same thing on the other switch. Other switch has 1. This one has 2.
Yeah. It's missing the switch port mode access.
Is it needed? Because
No,
by
it's
default,
needed.
what are all ports on the switch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true, but it's negotiating negotiation. Okay, yeah.
All
It's
ports
just-
act
No,
as
hold
an
on.
access switch.
Okay.
No. So James, by default, what are
Yeah.
all ports on a switch out of the box? What are they configured
Let me
as?
think
out
about
of the
this
box
one
without
before I
any
say that.
configuration?
Well, they wouldn't have any. They're not access ports.
You looking at it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right here. There's no negotiation. Well, no negotiation auto. I don't know what I would call them. Never really thought about the
Okay,
question
so-
this way. Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. So by default,
Yeah.
right? We don't have
Uh-huh.
any configuration on it, right? In your
Mhm.
text and whatever you read, and of course you guys in Packet Tracer, whatever you guys have played with or Live Gear, right? It's by default, all ports are going to be access ports to give access to the network.
Okay.
That's it. Unless you configure something different, like a trunk port or a mirrored port for some Wireshark captures, it's going to be an access port by default.
Okay.
So,
Can I ask you a
so
question
putting
about that?
hold on, give me 1 second. Let me
Okay.
finish the breakdown for James. So with that, right? Even though the customer, you guys configured last time, switch port access VLAN 20, is it really needed to go ahead and put switch port mode access if by default they're already a access port?
No.
Or is that best practices?
It says best practice, but it
That's
wouldn't
what I was
prevent
looking for.
communication. Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. So James, you were right.
Okay.
Definitely could have told the customer, hey, we should have, we configured all your access ports has just straight up access, right? Boom,
Right.
there. Go ahead and take care of that and slide off. Is it needed for troubleshooting? No, because at that point we're just nitpicking, right? And we
Okay.
can lose ourselves. We can lose ourselves trying to look for little things that may be missing. That's not really needed.
I was gonna go all the way in
Okay.
that one. Okay, that's good. Okay.
I know you were. I know you were.
It's good to know. I just
Hakeem,
needed
I'm sorry.
background.
You had a question, Hakeem?
Yeah. So I was under the impression that, well, I guess it would be technically it is access, but it's technically in, dynamic auto.
You're talking about the operation mode of the port?
Yeah.
Okay. James, do me a favor. Do a pick an interface. I want you to run the command show interface, the interface number and switch port.
You want me to show? You want to do a show command for any interface?
Yeah, for any
I'm
interface.
not
I
sure.
just need you to pick. Yeah, just pick
Okay.
an interface of your choosing, but
Okay.
then I want you to run
Okay.
show interface, the interface that you pick, gigabit, whatever, and then switch port. And while James is doing that, Hakeem, back to your question. What are you trying to accomplish again?
I was just asking because I know it acts as a switch port, but technically isn't it in a different mode? Not
Let's
access.
check it. Yeah, James, my bad. So it's show interface and then gigabit and then switch port at the end. There we go. Okay, and let's check that mode of operation. Okay, so this is configured as a trunk. So we manually change that.
Yeah.
But that operation mode you're asking by default, Hakeem, is it typically dynamic or access? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. That's what I'm asking.
Cool. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's pick an interface that doesn't have anything. 1/3. Okay, James, go ahead and run that same command just for 1/3. if you don't mind.
Okay. Oh, what am I typing? What's it doing? Okay. You said 3.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean,
There you
No,
go.
it's in dynamic order.
Mm-hmm. So what are you asking?
No, I'm just saying that's the default mode is in dynamic order. I mean, though it acts like a switch port, essentially, technically, it's not, because if it's in dynamic order and you have dynamic desirable on the other side, wouldn't it form a trunk?
Okay, so you're talking about the trunking mode, the administrative trunking mode. Are we talking about the administrative mode? What are we talking about here?
I'm talking about, maybe I need to take a look. 1 second. Okay, that's why I asked. I'm gonna learn something.
No, it's all good. It's all good, right? No. I know where you're getting to. I'm trying to get your gears going, right? Because whenever we ask the question, we have to be intentional, and Brian can attest to it. I'm going to challenge you guys whenever you ask the question. Okay, right? Hakeem, you're right. It's in dynamic auto as far as its administrative mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what the hell does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Okay, right? But we don't know what that means if we don't investigate it, right?
Right.
So all the commands that are running, show commands, show run, or what have you, all of this are macros, right? That's been created by Cisco, and we're going to close up shop after this because it's been an hour, so I don't want to overload you guys.
Oh man.
There's macro. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but our limit is an hour. But there's macros behind everything. Okay, and so there's different meanings for different things. So Hakeem, typically, because I know you're a little bit new to this, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I could, but you're an engineer, and I'm going to give you the respect as such, and I'm going to believe in your research abilities. So I want you to research this, emulate it in the lab, and break it down to the group next time we come back.
Hey, I'm gonna take a snapshot and make sure I'll do right. Just that. That means practice in the mirror. I got you.
Hey, look, make sure they're practicing the wording too. we got to clean it up too.
Absolutely. Just gonna make me answer my own question. I love
it.
Definitely.
Fellas, y'all did great. Claude, you got any words? I know you've been had you as a fly on the wall today. So any words for the fellas' performance today? Oh, still muted. You know, he's running Windows XP.
Oh, wow. Yo, it was just nostalgic when he said Windows XP. I seen the little green thing going back and forth.
I want to say something. I want to say thank y'all to everybody.
Yeah, can you hear me?
There you go. There go XP.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the hell with all y'all. Yeah. But so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of anxiety tonight. Am I right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. This is the difference from when you take an exam as opposed to real world. Okay. Real world, there's a lot of things you won't have in front of you, like a nice little topology diagram. Okay. And a lot of the things like you came across today, Dave put you in a situation where he just gave you some putty windows and you don't know what the hell's on the other side. That's real world stuff. And you got to be able to like, for example, James was talking about using spanning tree. Okay, what are you going to use spanning tree for? All right, so what are you going to use CDP for? All right, so being able to know the information that's in those various show screens can help you track down whatever it is that you're looking for. So, for example, Dave was talking about a root switch, right? And he was asking also, what would it take for PC2 to talk to PC1? And James was like, okay, well, where's the root switch? And he mentioned something about spanning tree. David asked him, what spanning tree going to give you? What spanning tree could have given was the port that's heading towards the root, that root port, followed up by CDP neighbors to cross-reference what that root port's telling them. So, you can go to that switch based off of CDP because you realize that the spanning tree command told you that was the root port. And we all know that root ports is the direct path to the root bridge. You see what I'm saying? So it's little things like that you can draw a topology in your head. And if you got to, pull out a little piece of paper or a note or a napkin. And as you're doing these commands to map the network, draw them damn circles on a little piece of napkin. You follow what I'm saying? Draw them circles, draw them squares. You guys seen me use Microsoft Paint to put up them little rough diagrams in the Slack board all the time.
That's because you got Windows XP.
But the thing is, he didn't show you a topology for a reason, because 9 times out of 10, if, like, for example, I used to work for a Cisco shop integrator where they had a slew of clients, and they would say, Claude, we need you to go out to Winston-Salem today to this here address. I would walk in there and wouldn't know what they had going on. And some of you are going to run into the same situation. Okay. But you have to be able to close your eyes, take a deep breath, when you feel that rush coming on you, because some of you felt that rush. I was able to hear it in your voice.
Oh, did I feel the rush? No.
I knew what I had to do like 10 minutes ago. I just
yeah. And you got all kinds of thoughts running through your mind. You know what you want to do, but you're trying to formulate it. Customers asking you things, and the funny thing is, Cisco used to do this drill whenever you went through some of their programs, where they would have intentionally, they would put you in a scenario where you got an irate customer that's like, in their eyes, all hell's breaking loose. Okay. And you have to show a command of the situation, because what it does is it calms them down. Okay. Nothing is worse than a customer recognizing that the engineer that's supposed to be their Superman is running around like a chicken with his head cut off. You follow me? So you just take a breath, you breathe, because you guys know what you got to do. You guys know the commands. You follow me?
Right.
You know the commands. And in the real world, you can have your little notepad, that you pull out your little breast pocket, flip open them pages and say, okay, these are the series of commands that, I'm going to typically run to do X, Y, Z. There's nothing wrong with that. Engineers will use Notepad and have Notepad sitting on the side somewhere, ready to copy and paste commands into a prompt window quickly. Okay, this is real world stuff I'm talking. Okay, and Dave and Jermaine and anybody else who's been in that hot seat with a company, they'll tell you the same thing. Okay, you guys did wonderful tonight. You guys were tag teaming, jumping back and forth. Now, Brian, love you to death, but I'm going to say this to everybody. I was also in Brian's ear as y'all guys were going through this. Okay.
Well, let me tell you. Let me jump real quick, Claude.
Okay.
Let me tell y'all. I thought you think being in the hot seat, hell, I probably would have rather been in the hot seat on y'all side than to be on this side, because I knew exactly what I wanted to say and what I wanted to do, and even gave the answer that I didn't. I mean, I kind of figured that I was that I ended up giving the answer after I gave it, but it wasn't caught right away.
Hmm.
But when like going through some of this stuff and having to figure out what's the next step, or knowing if somebody asks you a question out of the blue and you don't know it, and it's
Yeah.
something you have to figure out. Like, because I know what I want to do next, but do I know the commands for it? No. Like the show CDP neighbors, never would have thought of that one. And then also the show spanning tree. Like a lot of those, like I said, I'm still getting comfortable with the whole thing, but
Yeah.
knowing and understanding and learning this as I'm going, like I was so excited just to learn what I did before and
Yeah.
to get caught up in the now understand what the topology looks like and exactly what's going on. And some of the basic commands that you see every time we do one of these labs,
Hmm. Hmm.
it drills it in your head to know, okay, show run, one of the first thing you want to do to look at to kind of see the configurations and stuff.
Yeah.
Checking the ports to see what ports look like. So a lot of this stuff I could recall because doing these labs, becoming repetitive to know, okay, you're looking at the same commands when troubleshooting, and just constantly keep that in the back of your head when it comes to these type of scenarios. So
Yep. Yep. You know.
I'm learning that. Keep
Yep.
looking at the same one.
And at the same time, you know, you use a little clever thinking. Okay. Like
Mhm.
David was talking about layer one. You know, he was wanting you to see if that line was up, right?
Mhm.
So the thing is, you do that show interface brief, and what you see is you see 3 separate ports that say up, up. Then you say,
Mhm.
okay. Then you turn around and do a CDP neighbors, and the CDP neighbor says, okay, I got device such and such downstream that's connected on port this, and that device connected on port that. So that covers 2 ports right there that's identified what they got on them, which means process of elimination. Your PC's probably hanging off that 3rd port that showed up on that interface brief that's up, up. That's not on this CDP neighbors. You follow what I'm saying?
I didn't even think of that.
That's what I'm saying. This is what the textbooks and the tests don't. This is what the real world stuff causes you to do.
I like that.
But can you picture what I'm talking about? CDP neighbors gives you the ports of
The
2 of those
Cisco-
devices that's occupying 3 of those interface up statuses. So that eliminates 2 of them as far as what your PC is connected to. Because see, I was telling before the interfaces even came up, I was telling Brian in the background, I'm going to assume it's on port 02. Because while y'all was flipping through the CDP neighbors, in my mind, I was doing process of elimination. Okay, I only see 3 things hooked up based off of the show interface brief command, and CDP neighbors is showing me where 2 of them are. So that 3rd one has to be the port for the PC. So, like I
that's
said,
probably true every time, right? Because CDP only shows Cisco devices, and anything else is connected to the access port, like PC or something.
Exactly.
Oh man, that was a tidbit right there.
This is real world stuff. I'm telling you.
So you see why I was pushing you, Akeem, as far as when you kept saying, "Oh, let's run a show CDP to find out which PC one is connected to." That doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh yeah,
slow it down. Exactly what
I already told you. I
wanted
the hot seat. I wanted the hot seat.
You guys know this, and I know you know this. I know that I know that I know you guys know this. Slow it down. Just like how I did and watch the video before when I was in the hot seat. You don't have to give the answer to the customer every time. It's okay for you to process. You're Superman. It don't matter how long it takes you to bring down Doomsday or whoever the enemy is. That's your job.
Yeah.
It ain't up for your job to keep telling the people who are, at risk, hey y'all, I'm punching him, I'm making sure you guys are good. No, you do what you gotta do. We gonna sit back and let you do what you gotta do. The one thing that I was using to go ahead.
I was just about to say, I ain't gonna lie, I had to regain composure once or twice because the customer was talking, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't even get done the thought process on that yet.
Yeah. And it happens.
I forgot what I was doing all together.
Exactly.
It happens. Because I'm gonna tell you this: you guys are gonna run into IT personnel on site. You guys are going to run into network engineers on site, senior engineers that's looking at everything remotely, just like you are. And they're going to be talking in one ear of yours, interjecting what they think you should be looking at. Okay. And common courtesy. Okay. You listen to them. Okay. I hear what you're saying. All right. I'll keep that in mind. I'm taking note of that. But you should have a plan or a methodology of how you should go about attacking your situations. That makes sense.
Absolutely.
It does, because when I was first doing it, I mean, I would have got to it a lot sooner, but somebody said something about IP addresses, and that just threw off my
Your thought went out left field somewhere. Yep.
Right. I started thinking I was on. I'm like, but then it wasn't even layer 3, so I'm like, wait, why the hell did I even?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So this is the difference between, you know, taking an exam, you know what I mean, getting your certification, as opposed to getting out there and what's the real world scenario? Put me in a real world scenario. It's two different feelings. Two different feelings. And you know, with David not showing you everything as far as topology, where you can see on the platform where, okay, this port's connected to that port based off of what the Eve drawing is showing you. This is what you got to do in the real world. Because I'm gonna tell you this, if you go to a customer site and they got a topology documentation laid out for them, you the luckiest MFer in the world. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Listen, thank you guys. I mean, I so appreciate what you guys are doing, man. It's great, man. Thank you.
This and you know, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect.
100%.
Is this Jermaine? Is this Jermaine coming in?
No, this is Brian.
Oh, okay. But yeah, practice makes perfect. You know, the more and more you read, the more and more you look at, you know, we rewatch these videos. If you got packet tracer, if you have something, you know, put something together on whatever, you know, platform that you have. And me and Dave joke about this all the time. Do not get intimidated by looking at them large topologies on LinkedIn or anything like that.
That don't mean a damn thing.
They actually not that bad anymore. Now looking at all this.
Now you starting, yeah, that's because you're hanging with us, messing with this once a week. It you know, it kind of softens that blow. But when you get your stuff together at your house, whatever it may be, Eve or packet tracer, all you need is 2 or 3 devices. That's all you need. That's all you need. 2 or 3 devices to get a concept, because that's what you want to do. You want to understand a concept. Once you understand the concept, you can scale.
Yeah, I was recreating the topology for the lab and packet tracer, and at first all the lines was like, hold up. Then I just broke it down. I said, wait a minute, let me do the core switches first.
Yeah.
Let me do the distros on this side first, not even put the access yet. And you know, it just made it, they broke it down and it made it very simple. And as I was doing it, when it became big, I guess from muscle memory, I seen it for what it was instead of all those lines.
Yeah. But you know, good shit, y'all guys. You know, y'all did y'all thing. You know, you guys helped one another out. You know, you fed off of one another's ideas. Okay.
Absolutely.
Hey, my personal favorite was that Hakeem and Zamir combo.
Absolutely. That was a big combo.
Thanks,
I like that one.
No problem,
you guys
man.
work together. I'm serious. Hakeem and Zamir, you guys were collaborating back and forth. And this is what you're going to do in the real world. Okay? Because everybody's not going to know everything, because nobody does. But who knows? Hakeem may say something, Zamir may say something, and it may trigger in your mind, oh, we didn't look at that.
Yeah. Because you may reach out and call another engineer in your company that may not be on site with you, right? And you describing to them what you're seeing, and in their mind they're trying to put it together they're looking at less information than what you are. But just like I was shooting stuff to Brian, you know, behind the scenes, you guys can do the same thing with each other. And you will be doing that with each other. You will be leaning on coworkers. You will be leaning on, you know, sometimes supervisors, tier twos, tier threes. That's what they're there for, because they've been in that hot seat. And I'm gonna tell you this: when they get to the tier two, tier three levels, those seats are a lot hotter. And Dave can tell you the same thing. Those seats are a lot hotter. Okay,
Hot.
because
hot.
I'm talking about.
yeah,
I'm talking about my whole
Fortune.
shirt. My whole shirt is sweaty, and the AC is on. Hot.
because you know at that point, you know, you got people on the phone, not just the customer, or you know, you got the C-suite individuals. You got the regional IT managers, okay, on the phone with you. You got, you know, the chief information officer possibly on the phone with you. Okay.
And you got the burden of not bringing the network down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it look like you getting burned down over there in a little bit.
And Claude, real quick, because I know you just used an acronym that everybody might not be up to speed on. I know we're recording. Just for everybody to know, whenever you hear in the IT world, C-suite, that means anybody with like a a C-level position, CEO, CTO, CIO, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Big wig. Okay, so whenever you hear C-suite, just remember that in the back of your head. Oh, okay, they're going to be on the line.
Top of the food chain.
Right?
Yeah.
No pressure. So I just want. I'm a guy that I don't like abbreviations. I don't like acronyms, but we have to know it as engineers, unfortunately. So that's the brutal truth. So I just wanted to make sure I explain that to you guys. That Claude, shout out to you guys.
Hey, but y'all did good though. And you know,
Y'all did excellent.
Yeah, just don't stop here. Just keep doing. Just, you know, keep going at it. Just keep going at it.
Claude,
Yeah.
Don't go on vacation again, man. Because this whole hey, by the way, I'm on vacation, so I won't be in the office today. What you mean? If I'm supposed to be second? Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. In your workplace is going to happen, and you'll also realize that you will have people on vacation working.
That's actually happened to me now.
Yeah.
I've only been in this job, what, 8 months now? Look here. Pressure's on.
Getting a phone call while you're on vacation because something didn't hit the fan. Yeah, that's real world. That's real world.
That was me at 4. I think it was what, 3 o'clock in the morning. Man, look here, having to call and wake somebody else up higher than your pay grade.
Yeah.
You better be damn sure you know exactly what you're talking about when you wake up.
Yeah.
So, and guys, remember, you know, the purpose of this, of why we're doing all this. I want you guys to be great engineers, to be able to stand on an island by yourself, regardless if you have help or not. I'm pushing you guys to be able to stand on the island yourself and be decisive. You guys are engineers. After you guys are, you know, you get your engineer roles and what have you, your admin roles, what have you, you guys are resolute in everything that you do. And you're able to make decisions and know when to ask for help. So I'm going to push you. You're going to get put in the hot seat. It's going to happen. But I guarantee you, when you guys become, because it will happen, when you guys become these senior network engineers or what have you, or just be engineers, junior engineers as well, you guys are able to troubleshoot a big network. Forget about the certification. You guys are able to do everything that you need to do on your own. That's the difference from having a title, from being whoever you are in the organization. You have to be able to sit on an island by yourself and troubleshoot whatever issue you got going on. I don't care if it's cybersecurity. I don't care if it's InfoSec. I don't care if it's network engineering. We're pushing you. Claude is here. Jermaine is here. Everybody's here to push you so that you can stand on an island on your own. Rewatch these videos. Create the lab. Practice. Because it's going to be a time to where you're not going to have this group and you're going to be in the hot seat in front of 20 plus people troubleshooting a network. Okay. So good shit.
Alright.
We're gonna start off next session, next Wednesday with James troubleshooting spanning tree and go on from there. But fellas, have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Great,
Appreciate it.
great time.
Okay, dope.
Thank you, everyone. We're gonna all be great.
Hey, look, one day we all gonna get there.